Hi there, I'm Krista, and welcome back to the channel where we talk about money, legacy, and how to make smarter financial decisions for the life you're living now and the people you leave behind. Today's topic is personal and honestly a little uncomfortable, but it's something way too many people avoid until it's too late. We're talking about wills, why you need one, what happens when you don't have one, and why it matters even more. Maybe especially if your family dynamics are less than picture perfect. So let's start with the basics. If you die without a will, you die what's called interstate. That means the state decides who gets what. And spoiler alert, the state doesn't care about your family drama, your intentions, or your long standing grudges. If you're estranged with one child, too bad. They may still inherit. If you wanted to leave more to one person than another, doesn't matter. Without a will, the state follows a formula, not your wishes. Let's be honest. If your family already has issues, your death isn't going to magically fix that. In fact, it can make things a whole lot worse. No will means no clear direction. That often leads to court battles, bitter fights over property, who gets what jewelry, who controls the bank accounts, and sometimes, no exaggeration, families never speak again after that. And here's the kicker: your children will be grieving during this time. The last thing they should be doing is hiring lawyers to fight their siblings over your intentions. One of the biggest myths I hear is I don't have enough to need a will. That actually is not correct. A will isn't about how much you have, it's about what happens to what you have. That could be your home, your car, a retirement account, a life insurance policy, or even just the contents of your house. And if your estate is worth anything over a few $1,000s, your loved ones could still end up in probate court without a will. And let me tell you, probate is slow, stressful, and very expensive. If you have estranged relatives, stepchildren, remarriages, or even just a little sibling rivalry, you need a will more than anyone. These dynamics complicate everything. A clear, legally valid will gives your wishes authority. It reduces confusion, resentment, and opportunities for manipulation. It's not about favoritism, it's about clarity. When people know what you wanted and see it in writing, it's much harder to fight about it. So I hear this all the time. Oh, my kids will figure it out. They'll be fair. Maybe. But grief changes people, and so does money. That sibling who used to be the peacemaker might suddenly want full control. That child who never visited might demand their share. And the one you trusted to handle everything might feel completely overwhelmed. Don't put them in that position. Take the pressure off and give them a roadmap. That's really what a will is all about. Here's a real example. I knew someone who passed away without a will. He had two kids. One he hadn't spoken to in years. The other had cared for him, lived nearby, handled his doctor's appointments, and everything. But legally, the estate was split 50-50, no matter what he would have wanted. And guess what? The estranged child fought hard for their half and won, because that's what the law says. If you don't spell it out, the law doesn't care who showed up and who didn't. It just follows the rules on paper. Okay, so what should your will actually include? At the very least, who gets what, who's in charge, guardianship of minor children if there are any, and specific instructions for anything unique like family heirlooms, pets, or donations. Keep it simple but clear, and update it every few years, especially if relationships change. A will is essential, but in some cases, especially with larger estates or complicated family structures, a live in trust can add another layer of protection. A trust can help avoid probate, keep things private, and distribute your assets exactly how and when you want. It's not a one size fits all, but it's worth considering. And one more thing: don't write a will and then hide it in a sock drawer. Make sure someone knows where it is. Store it with your attorney, a fireproof safe, or a secure digital vault. And give copies to your executor and a trusted family member. A will that no one can find is just as useless as no will at all. I know this is a very heavy topic. No one likes to think about dying or what happens after. But here's the truth: writing your will isn't morbid, it's responsible, it's loving, and it's one of the kindest things you can do for your family. Especially if your family is complicated, your will isn't just about dividing things, it's about preventing damage. Damage to relationships, damage to peace of mind, damage to the people you care about the most. So, do the right thing, not just for yourself, but for your family. Draft up a will, keep it updated, and if you're not sure where to start, talk to an estate attorney. This stuff is too important to leave by chance. So, do the right thing, not just for yourself, but for your family. Draft up a will, keep it updated, and if you're not sure where to start, talk to an estate attorney. This stuff is too important to leave by chance. If you found this video helpful, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Whether your family is perfectly functional or a little bit messy, you've got the power to make things easier for them. Thanks for watching. I'm Krista, and I'll see you in the next video.